Teamers and win shaders are destroying Showdown, and it got much worse with the BB gadget bug which causes her to heal 10k every 10 seconds. Game mode is literally unplayable, and this is why I want to find out how hard it would be to push to Prestige 2 from zero without teaming and by only playing Solo Showdown. I already played one game and forget to record it, but ignore that and let's get into our first game. Even though games before 100 trophies are against bots, we can see clearly how strong Sirius is. Especially when you get the right shadows, even a Frank, a literal walking wall, couldn't stand a chance. Next couple games were just me destroying bots with my shadow army, so I think it's a perfect opportunity to talk about this brawler. For example, having a Byron shadow or another healer is perfect because even though they don't try to heal you, if you get in front of their ammos, you can actually heal yourself. Also, the gadget is really powerful since it not only creates a shadow but also slows the enemy down, so it's really good at both offense and defense. He hard counters every single target brawler, but brawlers like Janet and BB can destroy his shadow army easily, so you have to be careful against them. All brawler shadows have their main attack effect. For example, low shadow also freezes the enemies, or gut shadow makes spirit. But don't forget, shadows don't have star powers, so a poker shadow can't heal you. After playing against real players for a while and hitting 380 trophies, I collected my bronze rank rewards and decided to buy gears for Sirius. Unfortunately, I couldn't upgrade him to level 11 because I don't have any power points, but we will get back to that later. And next game I learned something really important. This information was about to change how we play Sirius throughout this push. I just opened some boxes and was messing around until this Edgar decided to jump on me. That's when I realized if you don't have enough shadows, this brawler is really weak against assassins. I lost my huge win streak there, but at least learned a really important lesson. Instead of going for cubes, you must go for shadows at the start of the game, so assassins couldn't get you. And from now on, that was our game plan. After only pushing 400 trophies in first day, it was time to step up my game, because pushing to Prestige 1 was nothing when compared to pushing Prestige 2. So I decided to get Prestige 1 today. Before continuing with the push, let me show the difference of having shadows when an assassin jumps on you. As you can see, against my favorite assassin El Primo, I barely escaped with hitting my gadget to slow him and spawning shadows to take care of him. And here you can see what happens when a real assassin jumps on me when I have my shadows. Also with shadows, he is really strong against the most annoying brawler, because if he jumps on you, your shadows will take care of him. Also, I just want to show you these hang shadows because I think it looks pretty funny. Okay, now let me show you my 500 trophy round. I instantly started pushing this Shelly to have some shadows against assassins. Brawlers that deals high damage, just like Shelly, are the best shadows you can get. And with shadows, I just destroyed this Nita first, and then killed this Rico, who completely missed the super. I don't even know what's happening on low trophies at this point. After getting 2 more free kills, I was at Showdown, and Domba collected every single projectile like he was collecting coins with Mario. With that, I hit 500 trophies. After pushing another 100 trophies, I had this game where I sent my shadows to check on this bush where I fight with Pam. And to my chance, there was a kid who killed all my shadows and jumped on me. Without any shadows, there was no way for me to kill him because I was 2 shots. So I instantly used my gadget and spammed a kid shadow. And since he was clicking auto aim, his aim went to shadow kid, and with that, I was able to save myself. Even though the Pam was able to get me on low HP, Shadow Pam was there to save the day. After collecting my rank silver reward, I killed some assassins who jumped on me. Some assassins and I killed each other when they jumped on me, and some assassins killed me after jumping on me. And we do 750 trophies and get some blinks, which I definitely needed. Also, while playing Sirius, be careful to not spam your super button if you don't have shadows, because since you can't use your super, you also won't be able to attack. Before going to Prestige 1 game, I'm going to show you some cool shadow armies I had, such as this Ames army that destroys anyone they see, and the most disgusting army possible. Also, I gotta mention that I met the Edgar main himself. Now, at the start of Prestige 1 game, I was able to get a Shadow Dynamite, which would not be enough if an assassin tried to jump me, but I couldn't skip for free cubes. I told Dynamite to stay on the right side so nobody surprises me while I open boxes. Then I exchanged my Dynamite shadow with a Stu shadow, and we found our first teamers of the push. I think even if I didn't have that Stu shadow, could be able to beat that Dynamite, but against Kenji, it was a lot more closer. He was almost able to kill me, but I spammed a Kenji shadow, which literally destroyed that guy. And then we met the devil herself. I was able to lower her HP, but because of the bug, I couldn't kill her. This was the beginning of the apocalypse. Everything you saw before this moment was irrelevant now, because from now on, we will see this exact scene a lot of times. But with that, I was able to hit Prestige 1 and get his title, which is really cool. Getting here took me less than 3 hours, but pushing another 1000 trophies was gonna take 5 times more than that. Day 3 had Feast or Famine, and surprisingly, Sirius is actually good on this map. Once he gets his shadows, he can check the middle bush and protect himself with his shadows. So I would even say if you are able to get some shadows, this might be one of the best maps for him. I even had a 7-kill game at the start. Since Pam is a single target brawler, I rushed to get some shadows from her. After that, I went to head back to mid, but out of nowhere, 3 people started walking towards me. Cordelius was a free kill, and then I tried to push away Ems and Spike a bit. And when I successfully did that, Melody and Frank appeared. Frank followed Spike, and I was able to hit my gadget to Melody and kill her with the help of my shadows. While I was doing so, a Buster started to push Frank and Ems towards me. Buster killed the Ems, and my shadows killed the Frank. And with the help of my shadows, I was able to kill Buster. But then, the Spike who ran away from that Frank came back, so I also killed him. At the end, there was this Edgar who had no idea about what happened and just get to the showdown without even seeing anyone. We also started to see more and more teamers, but since we are still not that high, I could counter them with Sirius most of the time. Keep watching to see games where everyone teams and every brawler is a Sirius counter. Talking about Sirius counters, there is also a really strong one, and it's Sirius himself. The problem is, since other Siriuses team with other people, they can farm unlimited shadows, and Sirius is really weak against multiple brawlers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, having the most broken brawler and still needing the team was seriously so dumb. After a while, it was time to hit 1100 trophies. I had a really good start and was able to eliminate 1-0-0-0-0-0. I wanted to have some of the cubes at the middle, but that was my biggest counter. So I just continued to collecting shadows, but out of nowhere, a bull appeared and killed the BB. This was a perfect opportunity, so I sent my shadows on him and captured the middle. My game plan was putting shadows on one side of the bush and farming new shadows on the other side. Like that, if anyone tries to attack me, I can have an army to protect me. And this bull decided to learn that the hard way. I don't know what happened, but that was a lot of damage. Later, Burki Pro decided to try it out himself and found himself next to the bull. Then I just sent my shadows, and it was so fun to watch them destroy everyone in the lobby, one by one. But as you can see here, it was not hard for Bibi to destroy 6 shadows. Well, no matter what, it is not that easy to beat a brawler with 9 cubes, and with that, I hit to 1100 trophies. On the next game, I have to stay AFK for a second, so I get into a bush, but with the last update, Supercell for some reason decided to disconnect you if you wait on idle too much. I honestly don't understand this. It's free for all, like who cares? This was really annoying because I wasn't having a good time with assassins anyway. Most of them have splash damage, so if I allow them to get close to me, I'd be instantly dead. Like they were not enough, I even died because I just wanted to do some aura farming. But after playing for an hour, it was finally time to hit 1200 trophies. The middle had so many cubes, so I decided to try my luck for it. With Buzz next to me also wanting these cubes, I was able to get my first shadow. I pushed him out of the bush, so Surge was able to get him. And with that, all cubes was left for me. But only one shadow was not enough, so I tried to get some more from this Piper. After making sure nobody is trying to get close to me, I collected all cubes one by one. And after killing a low HP Cordelius, I had 10 cubes. At this point, the game was already over. I hit my gadget to Surge and his shadow killed him. Then I sent my shadows on the other Sirius, and this one was actually way too close than it should have been. But killing the Piper with 5 shadows, as you could guess, was not hard. And with that, I hit to 1200 trophies. As long as there was not 5 teamers or a BB, I was able to push trophies, because if I could get my shadows without dying instantly, I could protect myself from the assassins. After pushing a bit more and having a game where I have 2 dark shadows, so I both deal damage to enemies and heal myself, I hit to 1250 trophies and finished the day 3. Day 4 started with a banger. I killed this Cordelius and was able to farm 2 shadows for me, so I was safe against assassins now. We start to see teamers every game, but luckily on these trophies most of them was not hardcore teamers. So when I lowered Lily's HP, BB finished the job. Now you see, I really don't have a problem with teaming like this, but you will see why I hate teamers so much in the later of the video. While I was talking, my shadows already killed that BB, and I was holding the mid until BB charged her super on their friend and destroyed my shadow army. I had to leave the mid and they were cloning me while attacking me, 3 people together. I used the first chance I get and tried to push them away, which went really great. I decided to push them even more, so I helped to the Colt who was not teaming with them. Now you might think that I was teaming with this Colt because I didn't attack to him, but it was because if I tried to kill him instead, I wouldn't stand a chance against 4 people. I also had a shadow, so if he tried to kill me, I could defend myself. So instead of attacking to him, I attacked to teamers, and luckily he did the same. Cordelius tried to kill me, but I was able to react in time and spawn 3 shadows. I almost killed him, but he supered BB and get away. I moved my shadows to the top side of the map. But while going, I saw Max hiding in the bush, so I did what I had to do. Right after I killed her, Cordelius also spawned on that bush, so my shadows being there helped a lot. While I was killing them, Cold actually killed Daryl, and after that, he was also able to kill Bibi. So I gave him a green tick and killed him. But this is not how every game goes. When 4 people attacks you together, you can't always beat them. But I was still able to push trophies, and it was time for 1300 trophy game. Most of the game didn't have much to offer. I just collected chests and get to the top 3, but I had 2 hard counters as enemies. I was able to push the bottom Bibi away, but top 1 instantly rushed towards me. Even though she dealt me some damage, my shadows, I was able to beat her. But of course, bottom Bibi was not gonna let me get away with that, so she used her gadget and started to run. But in that exact moment, one of my Bibi shadows was attacking the top Bibi, and she hit the bottom Bibi instead and pushed her away. But now I had only 1 shadow and she was full HP, so she could have killed me there. But instead of going all in, she got afraid and tried to get away and wait for gadget. But I was not gonna miss this opportunity and was able to kill her. With that, I hit to 1300 trophies. Then I had another great and really close game. After sending my army on this poor Bibi and killing her, other players kinda killed each other and only 3 of us was left. Miko with 1 HP jumped on me and he was almost able to kill me. But Bibi shadow saved me last second. And Bibi tried to kill me, so I went in the zone with perfect timing and dodged her, and also was able to eliminate her and get first place. But amount of teamers and hardcore teamers was on rise. Also, there was something else that makes me hate showdown so much. Some people literally don't care about losing, and even if that means they will lose, they just rush on you and also make you lose. I can understand why they do this, but it pisses me off. Not to forget that a random Bibi can just run towards me and there's almost nothing I can do. Despite all this, I was able to push trophies slowly, and only 1 game was left for 1400 trophies. So what do you think happened next? As you can see, even though you have the most broken brawler, it's not that simple. But hey, new day, new luck they say. By the way, I am actually recording this next day. Anyway, this time it was time to hit 1400 trophies. I was stuck between a Bibi and a Sirius and decided to push Bibi first since she was lower on HP. And with her shadows, it was time to make this Sirius regret his decisions. This lobby had a lot of teamers, so I had to be careful. After they get into the Shadow Realm, I thought they were going for me, so I changed my bush. Someone also thought that bush would be empty, but luckily it was just an Angelo. And when they start backstab each other, my connection decided to do the same to me. After being AFK for 8 seconds, luckily nobody tried to kill me, but this Bibi decided to destroy my shadow army. There was no way that I could kill her, so I instantly rushed to Cordelius for 2nd place, and with that I hit to 1400 trophies. Most of the games were not this smooth though. For example, in this game, Bibi tried to kill me, but luckily with my shadows I was able to scare her off. While I was going for her, she was able to hit me and push me towards another Bibi. I had a lot of shadows and was able to hit her with my gadget to slow her down. Just when I was able to get rid of her, another Cordelius decided to kill me, and at this point there's nothing I could do. I ended up between teamers so many times and it was really annoying. But despite all that, even though I didn't get first place every round, I was pushing trophies. Once I get some shadows, Sirius was a really great showdown brawler. The game before 1500 was a really great one. I had 6 cubes, so it's the biggest threat in the lobby. This Fang wanted to team with me, and if I wanted, I could have killed him. But I let him leave because there was 4 teamers in the lobby, so I decided to go for them first. I was able to 2v1 them with my shadows, and when they realized there's no escape, they backstabbed each other, so 2 of the teamers were gone. Other 2 teamers just went for the Fang to share higher placements, but he was able to escape, so they started to attack each other, and after to kill that Bibi, I was able to eliminate him. Then Fang didn't even fight back. Don't forget guys, no teaming doesn't mean attacking everyone you see without thinking. And with that, there was only 1 game was left for 15 trophies. But things didn't went as planned, so it was tomorrow's job. Okay, I hope you are ready, because today we have the greatest showdown map ever. We are straight up starting with the 1500 game, and just look at this scene and tell me this is not the best map you have ever seen.
Another brawler.
If that didn't convince you yet, this scene also happened in the same game. And yeah, honestly, I didn't have to do much. I just cleaned up and boom, we hit to 1500 trophies. If we ignore the time, then Chain dealt me insta 4k damage instead of bouncing me, it was really good to have. It saved me a lot of times, and with help of it, I pushed so many trophies today. Because of them, I was able to secure one side of the middle to myself and get so much more high placements. Like in this game, look at this prank by the way. I pushed everyone away from the bottom side of the mid, and with some nice shadows, I was able to get the first place. Or the next game, where only 3 people were remaining, and Bibi was able to kill the other Sirius. Then I was next, and let me tell you this, there was no way of me beating him with these shadows. But the remaining shadow of other Sirius came to save the day and pushed him, cancelling his attack. And my shadows finished the job, granting me another first place. Also after this game, I realized that I'm still level 10. So I spent my resource K and upgraded him to level 11. I also bought his hypercharge with gems, and I must say, these offers are really unnecessary and annoying. Like, just let us buy it with coins. Anyway, so as you could see, I was pushing trophies really fast. And with this flow, we quickly get to the 1600 game. I was at the top of the mid, and this was a perfect spot for me until zone gets smaller, because I could attack people and farm my shadows. With this strategy, I was able to eliminate 2 guys and clean the area before zone gets any smaller. I had to move in now, but Finks was waiting for me, and he almost was able to kill me. When I was about to die, I instantly spawned my shadows so they can tank the damage for me. And then chain map reminded us why it was the greatest showdown map ever existed. No, it was a 1v1 between Shelly and me, but unfortunately I didn't play that well and get second place. But with that, we hit to 1600 trophies. And I was not done yet. I was pushing great, so I had to continue while I can. Even though we had a lot of dumb people who didn't care about winning or losing trophies and just wanted to kill me. Like for example this boss, who could have easily killed me after I killed this BB, but decided to protect her instead of one-shotting her. And because of that, I get third place, and guess who got the second place? But yeah, despite all these players who don't care about winning and teaming against me, I was able to hit 1700 trophies. But honestly, that game was nothing special, so I'll show you the previous game instead, where I was surrounded on all sides. I was able to kill the Pam, but now I was low on HP, and if I let any of these BBs get close to me, they would just kill me on the spot. So I tried to keep them pushing away from me, which actually worked, and now everybody was on the top of the map, killing each other. After that, there was only one BB left, who was low on HP, so with that, only 300 trophies was remaining. After reducing that amount a bit more, I decided that I had enough brawl stars for the day. Day 7 started with a generational aura depth, where I got owned by these shadow morphs. But I was able to make up for it with this game where I was in a really bad situation. This dog was pushing me and I had no other choice than going into the zone. But with a perfect timed dog shadow, I hit myself 600 HP, and that heal was the exact amount I needed to survive 1 second longer, which made me got second place instead of third. But now we have a really big problem. At these trophies, teamers were getting out of control. Very next game, we had these hardcore teamers who defended each other and farmed their stuff to use against me. Thanks to my shadows, I was able to save myself from that shade. Even though it was late in the game, they were still sticking together and saving each other. Just to get this Shelly and Buzz, despite being so close to die, they still didn't kill each other for a high replacement, which makes me think this is not teaming and more like win trading. Shade finally attacked Buzz, so only 3 players was left. I decided to attack Shade first because he can counter me by killing all my shadows together. So I sent my shadows on Shelly to keep her away and killed them one by one. But this was just the start. From now on, 9 out of 10 games were against either teamers or win traders. It was time for 1800 trophy game, and I started the round with an insta kill and 2 Leon shadows. With them, I was able to control right push, which granted me 7 free cubes. With this much cube, it was gonna be just killing everyone one by one. I also realized that they finally fixed BB's gadget, which really felt like heaven. Okay, maybe they didn't deserve that. But after that, it was really fun to watch the game. First, I sent my shadows on this Shelly, who got pushed by this BB and instantly died. Next target was Cordelius, which got one-shotted by my main attack, and BB only existed for literally 10 frames. I couldn't even get the chance to participate in Showdown, but with that, I hit to 1800 trophies. Before moving forward, I'm gonna show you another clip to make you understand how much the difference between teamers and win traders has decreased. Just look at this clip and tell me this gameplay and these plays are normal, and this is how you're supposed to play the game. These were the type of people I was facing against, so I had to play really careful. I was 2 games away from hitting 1900 and started the game going against this bull to get some shadows, but he played it bad, and instead of getting away, he tried to kill me, which caused him to get 10th place. Later on, this BB get away from me with 1 HP, and I was curious about why nobody killed her, and I instantly found out the answer. They were teaming, and they decided to take revenge of their friends. They started pushing me and get me into the corner, but luckily there were other teamers in the middle who attacked El Primo, so he had to get away. This BB tried her luck again, but I was able to push her away this time, and I was the winner of the fight because I was able to farm my hypercharge and a lot of shadows, so I started pushing them, causing them to kill each other. Then it was time to go for other teamers, so I sent my shadow arm to the top side of the map, and my shadows were able to eliminate that BB. In that moment, Cordelius and Gale spawned from the shadow realm, but my shadows were at the perfect place for them, killing that Cordelius, and despite pushing me away, causing that Gale a lot of problems. At this point, the game was already over. I just sent my shadow army on them and killed both of them one by one, and with that, only 1 game was left for 1900 trophies. Since there was no one around, I started the game with opening boxes, but this BB decided to steal my cube, and she even tried to kill me, but that was too far. After spending half of the game against teamers who were trying to push me, I finally decided to push them even harder, and with that, I was able to separate them, causing one of them to die. 6 people was left, but literally nobody was fighting against each other. It was only me. After this BB's failed attempt, my shadows literally pushed 2 people to zone themselves, causing them to backstab each other. The rest of the game played itself. Bull and BB tried to kill each other, and Shadow BB threw Buzz into the zone. Bull was able to get second place, but it's not our business since we got the first place and hit 1900 trophies. After these 2 banger games, I decided to leave it at the top, and tomorrow was gonna be the day the push ends. It was about the time where we finished this challenge, and I started the day with a game where I just sit back and win. But the next thing I know was I was in a full teamer lobby. And this was not over exaggerating. I was able to push them away until this Oli decided it was my time to go. So I used my shadows and made sure this game does not hear. I was able to secure this bush to myself, but Griff used a gadget to be able to attack me. But that was a mistake, because I was able to push him away now. With that, they started to attack each other while I continued getting more shadows. When there was only 3 people left, I moved my shadow army to middle, and they both are single tag brawlers, which means my shadows could tank for me. So I went for the Griff first, and Daryl was about to meet him after just 1 second. But very next game, I lost all the trophy I get there because of this Buzz who didn't care about losing himself. Next game, I was messing with the Sirius, but suddenly I realized there was teamers and he was actually fighting against them. So instead of killing him and waiting for teamers to kill me, I decided to not to attack him and kill teamers before killing him. Some of you might think this is teaming, but there's no point in killing that guy and trying to win a 6v1. I almost was able to kill that Janet, but Shade used his hypercharge, so I had to back off. Later, he used this super again, but this time I used my gadget to slow him and was able to kill him. In that moment, Buzz supered Sirius and eliminated him, so it was only me now. I sent my shadows to Buzz, and even though it cost me all my shadows, I was able to eliminate him. Now it was a 1v1 against Sirius, and he had a lot of shadows, but I was able to do a quick gadget play, slowing him and lowering his HP a lot, and then I was able to hit the last shots. And with that, we are coming closer to finishing this video. Only 3 games was left to hit to Prestige 2, but it won't be easy because as you can see here, we have a cringe teamer lobby. Since I couldn't vent into mid, I tried to get some shadows, but they were actually waiting for me. Right after I barely survived against that boss, Rosa came from the mid and tried to kill me, but I gotta say, it was a really bad attempt. But I was still low, and this Mortis also wanted to kill me, so I placed my shadows on his way and barely get away from his gadget, which would have killed me. Then he was able to get away from me, but I was just happy that I still didn't die. Zone was coming, so I had to get myself into the mid, so I sent my shadow first, but there was a BB hiding which left my shadows count to 1, and Bull came in to set that number to 0. I was desperate because now if anyone jumped me, I would instantly die, but luckily I was able to find that Bull and get 1 shadow, so I used it to get my way into the mid. While doing so, I find the Bull again, and this time I was able to get rid of him. This place was not big enough for 6 people, so people started to attack each other, and with zone damage that revealed BB for 1 second, I understood that she was coming for me, so I started to go into the zone, escaping from her hypercharged attacks. And while in the zone, I popped out my hypercharge that gave me a small shield, which let me survive for a bonus second, and with that, I was able to get 2nd place. 2 games was left, and I started the round with a Cordelius skill, which grants me some bonus shadows, but I quickly find myself in a really bad situation. My greed almost killed me, but this time, shadows carried the game, and with their help, I was able to both survive and get a kill on this Sirius. They also tanked damage from the spike, so I could get away, but the rest of the game was pretty simple. I get a kill on this Leon, and just helped them to kill each other, left single Cordelius for showdown, and with this many shadows, if Cordelius don't have his super, he can't do anything. And with that, it was time for the final game. This El Primo instantly tried to team with me, even giving his power cube away, but I needed a good start, so I chased him for shadows. He tried to trick me, but I was ready for it, so I used my gadget to slow him down and spam shadows to make sure that he's dead. Now I had what I was looking for, so I started to collect more cubes. There was a Carl who was annoying me, so I pushed him away and secured left side of the map for myself. I left my shadows there so people won't attack them and started to eliminate people. When only 3 people was left, I bring my shadows to the mid to defend myself and continued pinching them. Decided to go for Buzz first because he had a higher chance to kill me, but when he tried to hit me with super, I just called for my shadows and eliminate him. Then I instantly sent my shadows to Bull because I knew he was gonna super me, but he didn't use a gadget to stun me, so my shadows and I was able to beat him. And with that, after playing for days, I was able to hit Prestige 2 with Sirius by only playing solo showdown and without teaming. Now only one question was remaining. Is it possible to push to Prestige 3 without teaming only in showdown? If you wanna learn, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.